Remember this mug? Classy, sassy, and a big badassy. So look out 2023, because here I come. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. Well, we made it. We made it through another year, 2022. It seems the older we get, the faster time flies. That's what my mom always used to say when I was growing up. And I didn't always believe her at the time because you're young and you're invincible and you have all the time in the world. But the older I got, the more experience I had in my life journey, the more it rang true. Now, I know some of you will argue time is not linear, and that's absolutely correct. But nevertheless, time does fly when you're having fun, or maybe when you're not. It was sticking with another tradition. This video is all about what I've learned in 2022. And when I was thinking of a lot of things that's happened this year, it was really awe-inspiring when I realized some of these things I've learned was a matter of relearning. And what I mean by that is some of the lessons that I thought I learned and transmuted and really moved forward from cropped back up in my life. And it was really interesting to see it in a different light, in the different perspective I was in at the time. The year started off with promise, started off with all kinds of plans. I was going to get into the gaming world online on Twitch. I was going to go on a trip in February and March. I was going to do all these wonderful things. And while all those things are wonderful and they were good experiences in themselves, I didn't realize that the universe had other plans for me. And I'm really grateful it did. One thing I've learned is that sometimes when you have a certain future in mind, it's not always going to work out in the way that you planned, and that's okay. I was so fixated on a certain picture of what my life was going to be like starting in 2022. And while it had all this promise, I had all these goals set up, not resolutions. If you want to know about that, the link is above. But it was one of the things I didn't realize I was limiting myself in so many ways. I was very closed off to other opportunities that came up for me, and I just closed the door on a lot of things. And I think a lot of us do when we are very focused on a certain goal we have or a certain perspective that we have on our life. And I think part of that is just human. But when it starts limiting your chances of having a full life or opening yourself to a new experience where you can grow and evolve from that, that's not good. And it really came crashing down in the spring, where I really had to do a lot of introspection, a lot of soul work, shadow work, if you will, and really understand why some of the old triggers that were coming up made me react in certain ways or really triggered my anxiety and my depression. And while I still wrestle with some of those things, I have grown so much enough to say that it is okay to have those moments. It is okay to work on your triggers and your traumas. And that doesn't make you any less than anyone else. We all have something. We all have emotional baggage. We all have traumas that we have to work through. We all have habits that may not be the best for us. And maybe certain points of view that really don't serve us. And I've noticed that there's a strength in working on that. Some people I've encountered this year have felt that self-blame was the best way to go. They were very hard on themselves, and I kind of fell into that trap for a while as well. As you've probably seen on my channel, if you've been with me for a while, I had a situation when I came back from my trip that I wasn't very proud of. And I was really hard on myself on how I reacted and how I handled the situation. And unfortunately, it resulted in the loss of a really good friendship. But moving forward from that, in the perspective I'm in now, I realized while I wish that person love and hope that his life turns out the best ever, I knew it had to happen, because that was the only way I could see that I needed to work on myself and really go within. So that's what I did. Even despite all my anxiety and depression and pulling back from the gaming world and just videos in general, I really wasn't doing a whole lot. But in that, I was doing a lot. I was going within, really working on things, and really trying to understand why I was feeling a certain way. And a lot of it was an abandonment issue. And it was a lot of things that I don't feel very comfortable in sharing, but rest assured it was serious stuff. And it came to a point I realized I had to embrace all aspects of myself. Not just say it, not just teach that to others, but really do it for myself. My inner child was really speaking out about a lot of different things and really didn't feel seen. And that part of myself really needed to have a voice. As I went through this transformation, I learned to accept all aspects of myself. Nobody is purely good, nobody's purely bad. And again, that does not make anyone, less than anyone else. We all have different aspects of ourselves that sometimes we push to the side, we try to ignore, we try to even deny that we have. And really, the best way to deal with that is to really embrace it. Not feed anything negative to it, but really work on those traumas and work through the things that you need to do. And sometimes it could be in a spiritual way. Other times it can be very practical by changing your lifestyle to something healthier, really manage your anxiety and your depression. And sometimes it takes the level of a professional to help you, a trusted counselor or physician to really see you through it. But whatever it is that you need, don't be afraid to get that help. And I had to realize that. I went to therapy temporarily, and it really, really helped. It really made me realize I was being too hard on myself and that I needed to do the work on myself. I wasn't responsible for anyone else. I couldn't fix anyone else, and I couldn't change things from what already happened. I had to move forward and keep working on myself, and that's what I did. So come summer, I started coming out of that and started feeling life again, and from the summertime it's been game on. And I'm not talking about gaming. I have met so many amazing people, all of you guys, my community. One of the business goals I've been wanting to achieve has happened this year. I reached over 1,000 subscribers. It may not sound like much to a big time YouTuber, but it was really an exciting time when I reached that. And I couldn't have done it without all of you. You all have made my life so fun, so interesting, sometimes a little thought-provoking, but without each and every one of you, it wouldn't have been possible. So I do thank you for that. So fast forward now, I'm starting to realize that there's a lot on the horizon. Sometimes change is good. I've never really been afraid of positive change. Negative change always induces my anxiety. Still working on that one. But it's interesting because positive change doesn't always look the way you want it. And it kind of ties in with the first thing I learned. It's really basically letting go and allowing change to happen. And I wasn't really doing that with my channel. It was really interesting, especially the past few months I've been learning this, that I was really enjoying doing things like the ambience and the music little videos I do, and anything musically inclined. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the live chat, so I enjoyed showing the movies. Despite some of the obstacles with that, I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed the sense of community and coming together and just sharing each other's lives and sharing laughs with each other when we needed that break. We needed that reprieve from maybe some struggles that we were dealing with in life. And while it may not fix everything, laughter and humor and connection are so important. They're high vibrational energies that really do help us get out of our brains. It helps us not put so much importance on the bad things, because eventually everything does work out. It may not always be in the form that you think it will, but things always do work out. I'm really glad that I've been able to reach more people this year, to show them a different perspective. I've always been worried that I would come off as too positive and not realistic, and really that's not what it is. I am very realistic, sometimes too realistic, and this year I've been focusing on being more in a balance, and unconditional love is the most important thing we can have in our lives. Whether it's love for one another, even if we don't agree, sometimes we are not going to agree, and we can't force that. We are all individuals, we're all different, we all have different perspectives. A lot of the time we are very similar in what we say or what we think or what we do, because we are all connected, we are a collective. But it's also importance of being authentic and true to yourself and expressing your own opinion and doing it in a way that empowers people, not tear other people down. And that is a constant I've learned every single year of my life. This year especially, because I've encountered more people, I've encountered more situations, and I've been very fortunate. There's been a lot of positivity, a lot of people who really understand the importance of authenticity in their lives, and I really commend that. Authenticity is so important. And this coming year, I'm going to be more focused on not worrying about the algorithm, not always worrying about the numbers, and not worrying about what is trending. Because honestly, when we start doing that, we start losing the meaning of what we're here to do, at least in my eyes. I want to help as many people as I can, but I also want to do content that brings me joy as well. And whether that's through a funny video, a musical video, or something esoteric, sort of like this, I want to give myself permission to do that. And that's the whole point of it. Give yourself permission to be authentic. Give yourself permission to let go of the limitations that we put on ourselves and really go for it. Go for it. And take that leap of faith that you never have. And that could be in your content, it could be in a relationship, it could be in your finances, or it could be just personal self-growth. But whatever it is, you know what it is. It's whatever you first thought of. And it's time that we stop putting limitations on ourselves, stop giving into the fear of the unknown, my self-limitations. I was doing that a lot, and I kept closed in a lot of ways. And in the past couple of months, I've found some people that really changed my life for the better, and they are very important to me and always will be. But even in that, they've helped me rediscover the importance of having that relationship with yourself, really loving yourself enough to let go of the limitations, to just go for it. And if you fail, oh well, that's okay. It's part of the learning process. It's part of life in general. And it may open doors for something else that you never thought possible. But if we don't take that first step, if we don't take that leap of faith and trust in the universe and in ourselves, we're going to stay stagnant. We're going to stay in the same rut, the same spot as we always have been, treading our wheels. So 2023 for me is going to be a very powerful year. It may be in the content I provide. It may be changes you will see on camera, or it might not. That's why I'm not worried about catering to a certain blueprint of what a change should look like. I'm really excited to accept that with open arms. I'm ready for what the universe has for me and to see how far I can go with this self-growth. And in that, I hope to empower others, because I really want you guys to see the potential in yourself. And once you take that first step, you'll start seeing the little changes within yourself. And I'm not saying it'll be easy. Hell, sometimes it's damn hard. But when you have that conviction and that determination to make that change, even if it's a little change, you will go far. You'll start seeing yourself in a different light, in a more positive light, in a more empowered light. And I think that can be really exciting. This has been a healing year. And I'm proud to say that I've been working through that healing through a lot of different ways. And the healing will continue. We never really stop healing. We never stop learning. We never stop growing. Because when we do, that's when we stop living for real. And I'm excited to see where things go. And I'm excited to try things I've never tried before and just really let go of all those limitations and just go for it. 2022 was a healing year. 2023 will be an empowerment year. It's a year of self-empowerment. It's a year where we'll let go of our self-limitations, our beliefs, our story that we attach ourselves to. We'll let go of the meaning of negative things in our lives and allow ourselves to express our true authenticity and go forth and just get it done. So let me know in the comments below what you would like to see happen for you in 2023. Again, I thank you all for your support. I love you all so, so much. And always remember, be true to yourself and go for your dreams. Until the next time, to know yourself is to know your truth. Namaste.